Hello children, I am here with my friend Detective Digiduck and I'm going to read a book about him. The book is called Detective Digiduck and is written by Lindsay and illustrated by Stephanie Cartwright. School had nearly finished for the year and Digiduck had one last project. His teacher, Mrs. Goose, had asked the class to find out about animals that live in the forest. Digiduck knew his parents had friends in the forest, but he'd never been. Forests were a mystery. He needed to rush, though. Crazy Cat and Footy Fox were on his family farmyard games team, and they were so close to winning. If he could do this quickly, they could still play before bedtime. He searched online for forest animals. There were so many websites to choose from, but one picture caught his attention straight away. Perfect, he said happily. Digiduck discovered that the deer's antlers were the fastest growing body part of any animal in the forest, and once they start growing, they don't stop. Doves travel for thousands of miles when they migrate, and are happiest in cold weather. All dragons can fly and breathe fire. They live in the deepest, darkest forests. That's incredible, said Digiduck. He looked at the clock. Crazy Cat would still have been online. Game time. Later that week, when Mrs. Goose returned his work, he was surprised. Oh no, he exclaimed. I wonder where I went wrong. He arrived home feeling glum, but soon cheered up when he saw the wise owl was visiting. He was a good friend and had helped Digiduck before. I don't understand, said Digiduck, showing them his work. The website I chose had lots of information and fantastic pictures. I thought they were all facts. How can I tell the difference? Sometimes it's only a fact if you can prove or show that it's true, explained Wise Owl. Like the fact that all birds have beaks. We can see that. We know that is true. Oh, so if I said all birds have 8 legs, that is not fact. I know it's untrue because I am one, replied Digiduck. Precisely, said Wise Owl. Also, things you read or see online might just be ideas that people have. I could say on the internet that Brave Bat is the best superhero, but you might think that Daring Duck is better. We can't say who's right or wrong because there are our opinions or feelings that we have. To check if something is fact, you have to be a detective. Digiduck and look for information or clues on other places too. Digiduck leaped up enthusiastically. Detective Digiduck, on the case! He quickly stopped on his tracks. Hang on, where else we are going to look for information? I'm going to teach you 3 things that you can do to help decide if what we found on the internet is a fact or not. We will use a different one for each forest animal, explained Wise Owl. We'll video call one of the animals, we'll chat with your parents, and we'll look on another website too." "That is going to be amazing," yelled Digiduck. "Please, can we call the dragon first? Please." "We will have the dragon for later, but we'll call my friend Big Buck first. No one knows more about being a deer than a deer himself." The call connected, and a magnificent stag appeared on screen. His antlers were quite unexpected, though. "Hi," waved Digiduck. "The internet says that your antlers grow really fast and never stop. But now I am not sure." "Our antlers grow remarkably fast," said Big Buck proudly. "That part is true, but we shed them in the spring and they grow again in the summer." "What? They come off?" quacked Digiduck, turning a little pale. "It's okay," chuckled Big Buck. "They're meant to, and it doesn't hurt a bit." They returned to the project over dinner. "Mummy Duck, can you tell us anything about doves?" asked Wise Owl. "I know the doves are truly extraordinary flyers. It won't be long before our friends think about heading off again." "Where to?" asked Digiduck. "The internet said they like cold places." "Not all doves are the same, but some fly an exceptionally long way to get to warmer places, and this migration lasts many months." "Oh, the stories they tell," replied Mummy Duck wistfully. "Right, detective, what have you learned so far?" asked Wise Owl. Digiduck studied his notebook. "To check the information you found online, you need to talk about it with an adult. You might even know an expert who can help too." Not all of the information was correct here, was it? "Very good," replied Wise Owl. "That just leaves the dragon." "Oh, I can't wait," said Digiduck, hopping excitedly. "Before we start, it's useful to ask yourself some questions about what you've discovered online. There might be things that you already know that can help. A good detective thinks really carefully about the clues to decide what the facts are." "What do you know about dragons so far?" asked Wise Owl. "The website said they can fly and breathe fire," replied Digiduck. "Have you or anyone you know ever seen a dragon?" Wise Owl asked kindly. "I've seen a dragonfly before, but not a flying dragon. I don't think anyone I know has seen one of those." "Have you seen any other photographs, videos, or news reports about dragons in your books or TV or anywhere online?" "I watched a video about a Komodo dragons, but they're actually the biggest lizards in the world. They are fire-breathing dragons in my bedtime stories, but lots of made-up things happen there too. The Komodo dragon is saying, I don't breathe fire. Digiduck sat quietly, considering the clues in his mind. After a while, he said with a little sigh, I think dragons might not be real. I'm afraid they aren't, comforted Wise Owl. The information you found about dragons was untrue. They only live in made-up stories. But what terrific stories they are! Wise Owl and Digiduck searched online for a different animal to complete his project. The family farmyard had lots of interesting forest facts, and Digiduck also checked a website that Mrs. Goose had shown them. On the last day of term, the children were bursting with excitement. As a special treat, Mrs. Goose had arranged a picnic lunch at the forest school. That is the end of the story, and I've got some questions for you here. Let's talk about the story. What 3 things did Wise Owl teach Digiduck to do to check what he had found out? Think about these 3 things. Decide if each of these sentences is a fact, an opinion, or untrue. A duck has feathers. Is it true or not? Look. A duck can spin a web. A duck is beautiful. I think so. Can you think of your own examples too? Let's have a look. Is it fact, opinion, or untrue? That was the second question. The third question is, name 5 adults that you know and trust that could help you with the problems online. Number 4, if anything online confused, worried, or upset you, how would you ask for help? What could you say? And the last one. Can you use the internet to find out something new about a forest animal? Remember to use the Wise Owl's tips to check your facts. Thank you for listening. Stay safe when you're browsing and searching over the internet. And as for me and Digiduck, goodbye.